Coughing and aching and fever. Oh my! Cold and flu season is coming whether we like it or not. Are you ready to help prevent your family from getting ill? And if someone in your family or you does get ill, are you ready to help alleviate the symptoms and support your immune system so your body can heal itself? Colds and the flu are caused by two very different viruses, but the symptoms are similar. The symptoms of a cold include sore throat, sneezing, runny nose, stuffy head, and cough. Usually colds don't include a fever, but you may feel very tired. On the other hand, the flu or influenza usually does include a fever in addition to the runny nose, stuffy head, sore throat, and coughing. You may also experience muscle aches, headaches, shortness of breath, and chilling alternating with sweating. While a cold is annoying, it isn't really dangerous except to infants. The flu, on the other hand, can become very dangerous, especially to infants and those who have chronic illnesses and the elderly. If your child develops a fever, here is a list of the reasons that you need to get to the doctor immediately and not treat the fever at home. But if you or your child is otherwise healthy, you can usually manage a cold or the flu on your own. Since many of the symptoms overlap, you only need to keep a few remedies on hand to help you feel better. Benjamin Franklin said, "An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure," and this is so true. Wouldn't you rather take steps to not get sick in the first place, rather than have to work to get better when you have caught a cold or the flu? Easy steps that you already know to do, but deserve a mention, include eating nutritious foods, drinking lots of water, getting plenty of rest, and washing your hands routinely. Also, keep your hands off your face. But what else can you do to protect your family and yourself? During cold and flu season, consider giving your family 1 tablespoon of elderberry syrup every day to help prevent a viral infection. But once you think your child or yourself is coming down with something, you will want to decrease the quantity to 1 teaspoon, but increase the frequency per dose to every 2 hours. The anthocyanins in elderberries appear to inhibit the ability of viruses to enter your body's cells. Since viruses can only replicate inside of cells, if they can't get in, they can't reproduce and spread throughout your system. If you start early, when you first suspect that you're coming down with something, you may be able to stop the infection in its tracks so you don't go ahead and get sick. And if you do get sick, keep taking that elderberry syrup. One study showed that elderberry shortened the duration of flu symptoms by up to 4 days when started at the onset of the symptoms. So when you start feeling that scratchy throat or achiness, start taking your elderberry syrup immediately. This means you need to be making that elderberry syrup now so you have it ready when you need it. You don't know how to make elderberry syrup? Well, then I'll leave my favorite recipe for elderberry syrup in the description below. Just remember that elderberries can be toxic if eaten raw, so you will need to cook the berries to make a syrup before you take it. Also, only use the black or blue elderberries because the red ones can also make you sick, no matter if they are cooked or raw. So you've taken your elderberry syrup, but your child still gets sick. Now what? You will want to keep some herbs on hand to manage the symptoms. For a sore throat, you will want to use the soothing infusion to sip on. Marshmallow has demulcent properties that coat your throat, and ginger relieves pain. Mix 2 teaspoons of powdered marshmallow root and 1/2 teaspoon of powdered ginger in a pint of cold water and let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. Not only is this infusion great for a sore throat, it can also help quiet a cough. Marshmallow can get slimy if it's mixed with hot water, so you'll want to use cold water to avoid that. This infusion tastes great and can be given to children. If your child is over the age of 1 year, you can also add a teaspoon of honey, which can make it taste even better. And honey has been shown to have its own antiviral properties. So now your child's sore throat and cough are better. But what if they start running a fever? Fever is your body's way of fighting off infections due to bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Because you want your child to get rid of whatever virus is attacking it, you really don't want to stop a fever. You just want to make sure your child is more comfortable and support their immune system so it can do its job. If your child falls into any of these categories, it's time to call the doctor, but most often a fever is something you can manage yourself. Dress your child in lightweight clothing to help them feel cooler when they are hot. When they feel cold, wrap them up in a blanket to help warm them. It's not unusual for a fever to make them feel first hot, then cold, then back again. So get them as comfortable as possible with layers of blankets. Probably the most dangerous problem of a fever from any cause is the risk of dehydration. Sipping on fluids all day long can help prevent this, and sipping on fluids made with herbs and juices that can support your child's fever provides extra benefits. If your child is hot and fussy, Yarrow can be very helpful. It not only helps your child feel cooler by inducing sweating but not lowering their body temperature, it can also help calm them and allow them to rest. Make a strong tea by adding 1 heaping teaspoon of Yarrow to 2 cups of just boiled water. Cover this and let it steep for 20 minutes. Add this to a pint of apple juice and add 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt. This should be sipped throughout the day. The apple juice provides calories and the sea salt replaces electrolytes lost through sweating. If your child is not drinking enough and is not urinating at least once every 6 hours, they may be becoming dehydrated and you need to contact the doctor as soon as possible. Both colds and the flu can cause stuffy nose and sinus congestion. This can be very uncomfortable and may cause a sinus headache. To help break up this congestion and get things flowing again, a steam inhalation treatment may be useful. Into a flat bottom pan, pour 3 to 4 cups of just boiled water. While leaning over the pan, cover your head with a bath towel to make a steam tent. Breathe deeply to get the steam into your sinuses and help open them up. For extra benefit, add herbs to the hot water to boost the decongestant actions. A sprig of rosemary, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper powder, a crushed garlic clove, or a 1/2 cup of chopped onion can get your nasal passages cleared in a hurry. If your child isn't old enough to sit in a steam tent, take them into the bathroom, shut the door and turn the shower on as hot as it will go and sit in the room with them so they can inhale the steam. If your child has a cough that is bringing up phlegm, you will want to let that cough do its job. Drinking hot fluids will help break up that mucus in their lungs so they can get it up and out. But during the day, it's not a great idea to suppress that cough. At night, your child will need to rest, so you may want to give an antispasmodic herb to quiet the cough until morning. A tea made with thyme and honey for children over the age of 1 year can help them sleep. If you would like more information on natural ways to support a cough that are safe for children and adults, watch this now. Thank you for joining me today to learn how you can prepare for the cold and flu season. Stay healthy, start taking that elderberry syrup, and have a blessed week.